I really hate to do this. This is never any good part of my job. Noah did not make it.
None of them know it yet, but this 16-year-old was shot by his own best friend. And the shooter is a kid the sergeant had watched grow up since he was 9.
I'm not just trying to stay solid, that's not even it, but it's like, I was never raised like that.
I know.
Feel me?
No, well, somebody rolled through Bunnell and let off some rounds and somebody's dead because of it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you heard me.
Oh
So,
my God. You know what you did.
Well, the guys that everybody thinks are going to stay 10 toes down and not talk to the police are the same guys that are sitting here crying like putting everything on you.
It's crazy how everything's just gonna be booked. Like, come on, bro.
It would take 5 months, a second dead 16-year-old, and a confession in 8 words to crack the case open.
Man, they put everything
Bunnell,
on the line.
Florida, just under 3,000 people. A town small enough that the people who killed Noah Smith and the people who would investigate his death had grown up on the same blocks.
Wow,
on the
from a
night
small
of January 12, 2022, Noah told his friends he'd be right back. 4 shots from a passing black Kia found him in his own yard. The first patrol car pulled up 7 minutes later.
So there were gunshots, you're saying?
Yeah, like a lot.
A lot, and then where were they coming from?
At a car.
A car. So you think someone just left and took him to the hospital?
I seen him. I seen his dad get in the car.
112, check with Advent. Neighbor across the street saying someone just left with a male subject and they're en route to Advent right now. I got that.
Guys. Are you the one who dropped off your son? Yeah. Okay. Do you have your ID on you, sir? Can we get some information?
I'm Keith Smith.
Okay. So can you give us any background information on exactly what happened?
I was in the
Trailer
house.
223, Delta. Okay.
I heard a bunch of gunshots.
Okay.
My son come in the house. Everybody comes. So go in my car and hear them gunshots, what?
1065, Florida ID, Mark 157.
Jump up.
Oh, so they
My
went in.
son got hit. That's all I know.
Okay.
3 of Noah.
So they shot up his son's house. So they shot up the family house, whatever. Little buddy went outside thinking it was done. They came around the block another time and killed his son. Oh my Lord, they spinning blocks like that? They too dang.
Friends saw it happen.
I wonder why.
So I was in my friends with my sister and my friend that was just here. We were just leaving the nail salon. We were going to Bunnell to hang out with these. And Terrell, just keep him out of there, hanging out with Noah and Kamari. So we kind of arrive in Bunnell. We're chilling for like 10 minutes, waiting for my friend, which is Kamari, and Noah to arrive back from Wendy's. And while we were kind of waiting there was this black car. Could have been a Chevy, but there was people in the car, probably like 3 or 4 people, I want to say. And they yelled something out the window to us. I couldn't comprehend what they were saying, but
Oh, they gangbanging.
they drove by and then they came back around and they kind of told us to get out the way, so we kind of knew something was kind of about to start. And when they arrived, my friends arrived there, we were kind of just chilling with them for literally 2 minutes, just talking to Noah and Kamari. And then, Kamari, he yells at his friend Terrell, tells him do not start anything. And Terrell goes like around the corner, I think behind the house.
I ain't gonna lie, Terrell looked like Terrell may know something we don't know about. Terrell went to get ready. The dudes who spun the first time told the girls to get out the streets. And Noah right here, the one who caught the bullet? Yeah, they had some beef going on, huh?
Terrell goes like around the corner, I think behind the house, and he literally shoots like 2 fire, like shoots 2, whatever. And then I guess the car, they were kind of just shooting. There was like 20 shots fired. Like Noah, he literally told me, he was like, I'll be right back. And then I guess he was walking to his house of some sort. And when those 20 shots were being fired off, I guess that's when he really got shot.
Tori was in the front passenger seat. Her sister Tiffany was right next to her, and Tiffany can't get the words out.
So I understand you were with your sister and Talia. So we'd like for you to just kind of tell us the whole entire story from the beginning of the night when you guys had agreed to go to this location, and then what you remember throughout.
What? Let us know what happened.
Sorry, it's just kind of hard.
Yeah, I understand. Take your time.
Damn.
We get that this is a really severe tragedy. I mean, this is not an easy thing.
So they had got there. They were basically about to chill, and they had to went inside. So they'll be right back. And Kamari had said something to Terrell, don't start that crazy shit, because DeMar had drove back again and said, y'all better get from around here. So we had moved my car to the side of the house, and that's when my sister was in the back seat and I was in the front seat, and my friend Talia, she was in the driver's seat. Terrell went to the side of the house, and that's when I heard about 1 or 2 shots. Next thing you know, you hear like 20 more shots.
I really hate to do this. This is never any good part of my job. No, I did not make it.
Dang, so the family lost their son. That's the initial reaction, bro. Like, man, everybody, they pull up to the crib. He loses life. Everybody have to hear it. You talking about this not an easy part of my job. This the end of a life and a family, bro. That shit is bad, bro.
By the time officers were marking shell casings on the asphalt, the people in the black Kia were a mile away. They'd parked the car in someone's garage so it wouldn't get stolen, and Noah Smith, sitting in his own front yard at 10:16 on a Wednesday night, became the first of 2 16-year-olds the people in that car would put in the ground. 2 days before Noah Smith died, 2 brothers from a rival group made a move that turned a slow-burning feud into something nobody could pull back from. Patterson's girlfriend was the only witness to it.
And also there was an incident 2 days prior to this shooting where this vehicle and you were involved in some other altercation that occurred. Yeah. So the guy that was with you, the guy that spoke to Officer Zapata, I think you said it was your boyfriend.
No.
Okay. Who was that guy that was there?
I mean, we were fucking.
Okay, that's fine. I don't care. I don't need all the details on that.
I know he works at Bantam Shop. He goes by Pooh.
Okay.
Look, Pooh was cracking our ass.
Reese Patterson.
Okay. So if I ask, I know.
I ain't gonna lie, Tyrese, folks. Your nickname Pooh. You cracking a dust bunny. He did that shit. I don't know what they saying. They saying he popped Noah. He did that shit. He did. I don't know why, but it's something about him we don't know about, y'all. I think Tyrese out here spanking ops, y'all. Be worried about him. Be cautious about that little nigga, man. His lips black and shit. All them woods and shit going to his head. He fried out here. He messed up in the head. He's shooting people he know. He terrorizing his small community. It's only 3,000 people in this entire town, meaning everybody know everybody. And this nigga think his life is a rap song. Send his ass up the road, yep.
Tyrese Patterson. I've known Tyrese Patterson since he was 9 years old. So.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, well, I used to be a patrol officer in Pinell when he was like a little guy. What all happened with that incident that day? But now this has escalated to the point where that might have pushed the first domino, which led to this kid getting killed in Pinell. So my curiosity is, I'd like to know the exact details of what occurred, who was there in that car, what they did to you and Tyrese, and where all that came from.
Me, I was in here in the passenger, and he was driving. He like sped up, like really quick, because there was a stop sign. He sped up really fucking quick after the stop, and then I noticed, I don't know what fucking car, it was like an SUV burnt, but it was like, it came and it almost hit us. Like it swerved and made the whole screech and shit and everything.
Okay.
And then, and then he almost hit the fucking back of the car. We went like that. It was, well, I think 2 guys in the front, and then I know there was a guy in the back. There's a guy in the back that was right here, like on my window.
Okay.
And he had the gun.
Like a pistol or a rifle or?
Oh no, yeah, it was small.
Okay.
And then he just sped off.
Okay.
And then they were following us, and then that's when he pulled in the Bantam Shop, because his mama works there too.
Yeah.
The brothers were Edward and Terrell Sampson. They ran with a Bunnell crew. Patterson, Monroe, and Williams ran with a Palm Coast crew called GSO, short for Get Stepped On. The two sides had been sniping at each other on Instagram for months.
Hold on. They shit is called Get Stepped On, and the Bunnell boys, him and his twin? Both these niggas' gang name is Get Stepped On. They don't shoot people, bro. They playing, bro. What? They innocent.
Patterson, Monroe, and Williams ran with a Palm Coast crew called GSO, short for Get Stepped On. The two sides had been sniping at each other on Instagram for months. The pistol on the passenger window was the first time it had escalated to a gun. What Patterson did about it was open Instagram Live.
This is the whole Instagram Live video that we'd seen. A 15-minute video of you and Pooh in the driver's seat of this Kia, and y'all are both pointing guns at the phone, saying, you know, fuck the ops, basically, that that boy's Rod's a bitch, like, pull up then, all this taunting sort of shit.
2 nights later, the Kia drove down Anderson Street. Witnesses.
Bro. These little boys is beefing with the ops. They get on Instagram Live. They get on Instagram Live and just start telling on themselves in the game. Bro, you know when you go live, when you post videos, when you post pictures on Instagram, like that's connected to your account forever. The moment you actually get caught committing a crime and they subpoena your Instagram account, you realize they're going to be able to see everything you've ever said online for your entire life?
I've seen him do it.
Why are you snitching on yourself? Matter of fact, you're going to have about 40 to 50 to life in prison to think about it. Don't worry about it.
I've seen him do it.
It was blasting Kodak Black's Super Gremlin, a song explicitly about killing somebody in front of witnesses. Terrell Sampson heard the Kia coming, walked behind a house, fired 3 shots into the night. None of them hit. The Kia looped around the block and came back. And the second time it passed 405 South Anderson, somebody in the back seat opened fire.
I understand like how we get that don't make sense. I understand y'all got to question everybody, but how am I even a suspect? How am I even, just because I'm with him? I ain't know who was there. You were named as a homicide. You were named as an homicide. Man, I found out till my nigga what they said. What's that? They said they trying to say I killed him. I don't know. The only information I was given was you were there.
2 hours after the shooting, deputies pulled the Kia over and put everybody in it on the ground. None of them got charged with murder that night. They got out. 12 hours later, Patterson called a friend for a ride to the probation office. He wanted his address changed out of Bunnell.
What? How did?
Well, this guy is very slick, right? The police on your trail. You already on probation for being a felonious criminal out here, and you try to switch states the day after your top op dies? We know you did it, bro. Like, you going? All right. That shit probably made sense in his mind. If we smoke his ass and then we just skip town for a couple months, we'd probably get away with that shit, folks. Like, low key, that makes sense. Dumb as hell.
Why are you giving him a ride today?
He just called me, asked me if I could give him a ride on probation.
All right, where'd you pick him up at?
Our section.
And he made an appointment to come here to change his probation location so we can get the hell out of here. You heard what happened, though, right?
Yeah, I'm sure you heard what happened. I ain't heard nothing.
No? Well, somebody rolled through Bunnell and let off some rounds and somebody's dead because of it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you heard me.
16-year-old kid?
He was chilling outside of his house and got hit.
Oh, my God.
Patterson and Monroe went inside. So did the deputies.
All right. And you were not at the basketball game last night? 100%. You're not going to be on video? Okay. You're not going to be on video there? No cops that were there working and saw you? Because I guess there was like a fight at the basketball game.
Y'all little niggas gotta stop with the switches in the backwoods. Why all of these niggas? I'm seeing a little relationship right now. All of these guys who shooting ops and shit, these niggas' lips is black as hell, bro. Like, that's because you smoking 13 woods a day. Your brain is fried. Yes, bro. Look at this nigga lips black as hell. This nigga fighting demons, y'all.
No cops that were there working and saw you? Because I guess there was like a fight at the basketball game.
Hell no, bro.
No, I'm not saying that you were involved in the fight, but I'm just saying
I wasn't there, bro.
You weren't there, you weren't on camera there. Okay.
Monroe was at the game, so was Patterson. Day 1, both of them
They look
already
like they did
lying
some
about
shit.
where they'd been. But there was a coworker Patterson trusted enough to tell the truth to.
I started asking questions to the other people that worked there, and they're like, yeah, Ty got into some trouble, and he went and retaliated against those guys that got him in the back parking lot. And I'm like, well, what was it over? A girl? I'm like, a girl? All of this was over a girl? And they're like, yeah, him and two of his friends drove by these people's house and shot it up, and he shot his best friend, and he's all freaking out and everything. That's why he's not here. You know, I know that...
Hold on. So the guy that they killed, the guy that they did end up shooting Noah or whatever, right? Was Tyrese and the Stephen kid's friend? So he shot his best friend over a bitch? This nigga tender as hell, bro. You going up and shooting up cribs over bitches, gang? Keep in mind, you get caught for this shooting, you ain't gonna get no bitches for at least 35 years. I think that's ass backwards. If in my mind, that's backwards. Why don't you just move on and get a new female? Okay, all right, it's all right, bro. It's all right, bro. You gonna have a lot of time to think about it. Dumbass shit.
See it on Ty's face that he was very upset and ashamed and felt bad. Like, you know, the remorse on his face. Just think about that. And I'm like, I know, Mr. B, but somebody died, you know? Like, what if I'm the only person that knows and I could help? You know, that's the way I feel, so.
I'll make this easier for you. Do you recognize that guy?
Yep, that's it.
He shot his best friend, and a coworker had the whole shape of it before the detectives did. Meanwhile, the Kia went to 25 Rose Petal Lane in Palm Coast, Stephen Monroe's house. 3 days later, deputies knocked.
Sheriff's office. Hey, how you doing, man? Sorry to bother you. So, we've got someone reporting a car stolen, and for whatever reason they said it's been in this area, and they're insisting that it might be in this garage. Would you mind just popping the garage so we can just make sure it's not in there?
Is it the Kia?
Yeah, that's the one they're reporting stolen.
Okay, yeah, we was waiting for it because they had left it here, and then we had called them, and I just didn't want to sit.
Have you seen it?
I moved it in the garage. I had one of the persons move it into the garage just so no one stole it.
But that wasn't all they'd done.
When we moved
Something
it,
got her minute saying that she ain't no damn mutt.
cleaning it out because it was all dirty and shit.
Oh yeah, I need her
had
medicine
garage
too.
stinking and shit because it had old food in it. So when we cleaned it, there's a driver's license, but I don't know whose it is.
They cleaned out the murder weapon. 4 months passed. On May 3rd, 2022, a different 16-year-old, Kamarian Hall, the basketball player at the same high school Noah went to, was shot and killed in Bunnell, less than half a mile from where Noah died. The shooter was Devondre Williams, the driver from January 12th. This time, investigators caught him cold. Williams agreed to talk. He told them who'd been in the Kia on the night Noah died. He told them which guns came out the window. He told them who fired. On June 13th, a circuit judge signed a homicide warrant for Tyrese Patterson. The next morning, the lead detective on Noah Smith's case sat down across from a 23-year-old named Stephen Monroe.
There's some inconsistencies in what you told us that we need to clarify, okay? Now, I want to ask you one more time, who was in the car the night when you left Rose Petal Drive and you went down to Bunnell that ultimately ended up with Noah Smith passing away?
Some dude that I didn't know, and then it was me, Trey, and Boom.
Okay, where were you seating?
On this, behind the dude on the left side, in front of the dude that I didn't know.
Okay, so who was in the front seat?
I think Pooh and Dre was on the right side of me.
Okay, so this is...
He lying. Wasn't Dre the driver? Didn't they just say that this guy was the driver? And so they spin in the ops block. If you spin the ops block, it's not a good layout right here. First off, this guy has to be in the front left seat. Tyrese is the one who wanted to shoot the guy, so he's got to be up here. And if they spun the block 2 times, he would probably be right here where Devondre is, because he's blowing that motherfucker. Devondre's driving. You don't shoot opposite sides. So he's in the passenger. He's here. They're spinning the block. They're riding up the block this way. He's shooting from here. He's shooting from here. I got real understanding out here. Stephen is lying. Stop lying, bro. We all know that you wanted to be the top drill rapper clapper for Get Stepped On gang, and you had to blow that gun. 20 shots got let off. You ain't shooting? Come on, folks. You lying.
And Dre was on the right side of me.
Okay, so this is that, and I'm glad that's the first thing you said, because this is the inconsistencies that we have. Okay, so we have met with Dre, and we've also met with Tyrese. All right, they have made it very clear exactly what occurred that night, and what we've determined is that you're being less than honest with us. Yes, about who was in the car that night and where everybody was seen.
No, sir.
A man Monroe didn't know, driving the car, wearing wigs, who supposedly disappeared after the shooting and was never seen again. The detective lets him say it twice. He wants it on tape.
Well, all the evidence would suggest that you're not telling us the exact story. We know that there was only 3 people in the car that night. So this guy that you've talked about, this guy with the wigs that was fully driving the car, we can tell at this point for sure that person does not exist. Okay, we know who was driving because they've told us out of their own mouth that they were driving. Devondre Williams, in an interview with his mom and us, sat there and told us very clearly that he drove the car down to Benel that night. Okay, and he said very clearly that only him, you, and Tyrese Patterson were in that car.
It's not true.
Okay, well, in an independent, separate conversation with Tyrese Patterson today, Tyrese Patterson confirmed that Devondre Williams was driving, and then you and Tyrese Patterson were on the right side of the car.
Hey, ain't that what I said? Hey, ain't that what I said, y'all? Bro, they're sliding brothers, bro. Like, stop playing like who you think you fooling, bro? Your dumb ass is spinning blocks, poor as hell, shooting at nice families' homes, and you think you gonna outsmart a detective who went to college for this, who has seen plenty of cases like this, and you just out here running the streets doing felonious activities. The day you get caught gonna be the day you get caught. Man, I fell down to my knees when the law came. And why would you be sitting driver's side if he's here and he's the top shooter? Y'all the 2 shooters, ain't you? Y'all the ones who getting stuff stretched on. We on Instagram Live. We just smoked the op pack. Then we bragged about it on the net. Finna get life in jail. Finna send me straight to hell. Never coming home. That's my lifestyle. Dumb as hell, fool. You going up the road.
Okay. So we have witnesses, cameras, cell phone records. When phones are in a car with each other, they communicate with each other and they can kind of tell who's all touching each other's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and all this shit. And there is no 4th phone in the car, no 4th person. How would you say that?
There's a name for what just happened. It's called evidence confrontation. You don't ask the suspect what happened. You tell them. You name the co-defendants. You quote what they said. And you give the suspect one chance to either match the story or keep digging. Monroe kept digging. The detective handed him another shovel.
Now, the next couple hours later, you hit up, and I know you used to be affiliated with G and all that shit, right? So a couple of hours later, you hit up your boy on Instagram and you tell him that you need some help.
On
you gotta
Instagram.
get out of town or some shit.
Okay.
And dude can't talk on the phone for some reason, so he's like, just code it out, right? So then you write 211 on a norm. You write 2-11 on a norm, N-O-R-M.
Well, look at his reaction. For some reason, these dumbass little boys really think that the police can't see what you're saying. Look at his reaction when he realized the police know what that means. Look. Like, literally, look, his shock in his eyes. He cannot believe that they know what 211 on a norm means. What does that mean? We finna see. Come on.
I just code it out, right? So then you write 211 on a norm. You write 2-11 on a norm, N-O-R-M. What does 211 on a norm mean to you?
Hell. Somebody trying to kill me.
Okay, so I know what 211 means. 211 means blood killing. Okay? On a norm means civilian, somebody that's not affiliated, not associated. Okay? That's what that means. That's what you wrote a couple of hours afterwards. To me, that means that you knew for sure that this boy was dead and that you needed help to get out of town, right? Because what happened was you guys killed a normal person. That's what it means.
I don't know, dude.
You don't know what 211 means?
Bro, I'm not even like banging like that.
You used to be.
Yeah, I used to. You say you with that shit?
2 hours after Noah died, Monroe sent a friend a coded message asking for help getting out of town. You don't code a message about a killing you only watched.
Now, what I'm telling you is that there was multiple shell casings on the scene from 2 different guns. DNA has been recovered from those shell casings. Okay? The DNA is being sent off. We're going to compare it to yours. I'll tell you, I'll bet you $1 million that your DNA is all over those shell casings. Those are guns that you've handled multiple times.
Yeah, I touched it.
Right, you touched it, sure. Those are guns that you've handled. You're in the car. This boy gets shot. Who shoots a gun down the street? He told us what type of gun it was. You shoot a gun down the street. You need to tell me what type of gun that is, because we need to figure out if your bullet is the one that killed Noah or not. Because I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, that is a massive factor in this case. Do you want to just be somebody in the car that was shooting at Terrell? Terrell don't want to press charges. Terrell's going down for this shit too. All right, and you were in that car. You shot a gun down the street. Or you shot a Glock. I want to know what caliber it was.
Monroe still won't say what gun he fired, so the detective changes tactics.
All we had to do was slide a piece of paper across the table to Tyrese, and Tyrese flipped immediately. We picked up Dre on some bullshit charge. He comes in with his mama, and he is spilling the beans immediately. You're the only one that's lying. In the opinion of most people, and I'm talking about a jury, let's say, 12 people are going to sit there, and they're going to listen to sweet little 80-pound Devondre Williams say, this is what I did, I'm really sorry for my actions. Tyrese Patterson's going to say, this is what I did, I didn't mean to kill Noah, it was an accident. And then you're going to get up there and say, actually, there was some fourth guy with Wicks, and he did that, and I was just minding my own business in the backseat, when everybody knows it's not true, man. You have to tell the truth.
Monroe goes silent. 10 minutes later, he's in another room being told he's being charged with homicide today.
What we're saying is that many people took actions that night that led to the death of Noah Smith. An innocent kid. Do you understand that?
I was scared, bro.
Okay, well, you were scared enough to shoot into a crowd of people? You shot at somebody. Right, there was multiple people out there, and you were far enough away where unless you're some military sniper, you run the risk of hurting somebody else. It would have been one thing if you guys...
So he shot somebody, shot and ended somebody's life, right? You get caught for this just brazen crime he does. Like, it's not like he just got in a shootout and went out. They shot at these people, drove off, spun the block again, and shot again till somebody died. And now you get caught for your crime and you crying, take your lick. You're living in a free world like you want life in prison. I never understood that. You're living in a free world like you want life in prison. Now it's your time to go to prison and be a gangster like you said you want to be, and now you crying and you scared? You could have done so many other things in this damn world. You made a decision to listen to rap music and smoke ops, and now you're scared? You literally chose this life. Like, okay, bro, you could literally do so many other things. But some people don't learn till it's too late.
Return fire immediately, but to wait 30 seconds, come around the block and spray down the block, that's a big, big problem.
I just sprayed it. Just shot one time.
Yeah, well, the car did. When you get to that corner there by the houses, by like sweat shit up there, what happens out there? Who says what? Where Terrell was standing?
Seen Terrell.
Okay.
And Pooh started yelling. I guess he was telling people to get out the way. And Terrell started shooting at the car. And
I don't like this nigga. You want me to tell you why? Because in the free world, this man probably wouldn't let nobody play with him with a gun. Look at the difference in body language right here. This is very important. Look at this well-dressed man who's worked a nice career, suit and tie, nice bald ass head from living a nice righteous life out here. Hold on. Got a nice, my fault, y'all, hold on. Go to me. got a nice wristwatch on his wrist, and you are a young man with plenty of potential out here. Well, could have been. But now he got his head down. You can't look another man in the eyes. You're trying to act innocent. He's shrinking his body to make himself small, to make it feel like he's guilty. But if he was free right now, he'd be writing a diss song on Instagram Live. But now it's time to stand on what you did. And you acting sad out here. I don't know, bro. He spun back on the ops, bro. This shit, come on, bro. Who you think you fooling?
He spin back and Terrell. And then just start shooting at Terrell.
Our job is done. We've collected the evidence and given it to the state. The state attorney's office felt there was enough probable cause to charge you with homicide today. That's all we're saying.
I'm never gonna see my dad.
He worked for this. He worked for this outcome.
Never gonna see my dad.
Neither is the kid you killed.
How old are you, Steve? 23. Well, I think you answered the question already, man. You're 23 years old, okay? You're not 60 years old. Also, I'll tell you who's really here is Dre for what he did to Demario.
Please make a phone call.
Who do you need to call?
But the man whose Instagram Live had set this whole thing in motion was already waiting in another room. And the sergeant who'd grown up around him since he was 9 was about to walk in.
So, the reason we pulled you out is we got some stuff we want to show you real quick. Confident that you want to see them. So, I think it's in your best interest to know what's going on. Since you're incarcerated right now, I'm just going to read you your rights. I'm not saying I'm going to ask you any questions, but I think it's important for you to understand your rights before we even talk, okay? We're going to show you a couple videos on this laptop, okay? It's just to make sure that you understand what you're up against, okay? Because we really haven't had a lot of opportunities to talk, and we didn't want to waste your time coming here with some bullshit and then you not have any clarification on what's going on. I'm sorry? You want to watch it? So just so you understand, this is me, Sergeant Hrstakopoulos, Tit, I'm sure you know who that is, and then this is Mr. Devondre Williams.
Swear on God that you did not shoot at no one. I swear on God. It was only 2 guns though, that one and that one. That's the only gun. The other one,
Who would you say shot more in the car that night? Who shot more than Creek? How many times?
Creek only shot like twice, 3 times.
Okay.
Who shot right the whole clip.
Damn.
Okay, so that's the first one. And then we have one of Creek as well, and we'll play that. You and Pooh just start shooting at the same time. Did Pooh shoot first? Do you know who shot first?
As I said one time, Pooh was dumping the whole clip.
Okay, you shot one time and Pooh dumped the whole clip.
Watch what he does here. Nobody's accused him of anything yet, and he's already sorting the guns and ranking the shooters.
Just so you know that we're not bullshitting, man. This is a warrant that was signed on the 13th yesterday by Terrence Perkins for homicide for Tyrese Patterson. Tyrese Patterson, no bond, homicide. That's getting dropped today. This shit is as real as it gets, okay? I know you, I know your family. I did not want you to hear about this from some booking officer.
That's crazy, bro.
Bro, this kid been a savage since he was 9. This sergeant said he's known him since he was a 10-year-old boy, bro. Like, this kid been in and out of prison doing all this stuff. And he obviously really the leader. He emptied his clip on a drill? God damn.
The detective shifts. The next move in the playbook is minimization. Give Patterson a way to tell the story that doesn't end in a death row courtroom.
You aren't a cold-blooded killer. They are making you out to be.
That's crazy.
They're making you out to be a cold-blooded killer. And now explaining to the state attorney that Tyrese Patterson, this kid who has never really had any violent charges, is sitting in here going up the road for murder when these guys may have had just as much responsibility that night. But if you don't tell us, then who's going to tell us? Because they're not going to snitch on themselves. And so what I did is we sent a search warrant out for your Instagram. We found a story that you posted where you're talking about I be smoking on that Ed Pack and that Zaza Rel.
Zaza Rel?
Right? So now that looks like premeditation.
In any other
Bro, I told you these niggas slow. You going on Instagram live after shooting at people. You posting on your story every day. You smoking on that Ed Pack and that Zaza Rail? What type of drill shit is this? Bro, keep in mind they're from Bunnell, Florida, bro. They're not from like, you know what I mean? I don't know the median income, none of that. It's not that big of a town, bro. Like, what the? You're smoking on that Ed Rail, that Zaza Pack? Bro, the feds know who you is, bro. You going to prison, gang. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, bro. This is Florida. These kids are about to get life without parole or the death sentence unless they plea out. Florida don't give you them type of options, bro. So if you don't plea out, they're going to hang your ass.
Next, that's noise. Once a 16-year-old is dead a few hours later, the state attorney calls it premeditation.
You're ultimately responsible. That is what they're saying. Then we also think. Okay, so then what did you do in the car then if you're not responsible?
I was in the back seat, bro.
Okay, and Creek was in the front seat, right?
Front seat, and guess who was the driver? Dre.
Come on,
bro.
Exactly.
I ain't go down there just to go down there, bro. I ain't go down there because they said I wanted to go down there, bro.
They said that was all your idea.
Night, bro. Come on, bro.
They said it was all your idea to go down there.
Dre drove that car all night, bro.
Yep, Dre drove down there, and then Rel shoots at you guys. And then guess who makes the choice to come back? Dre.
Of course.
And then now when you guys pull to the corner, you and Creek let off several shots.
Dre gave me his gun. Dre gave me his gun, I let it off.
Okay, Dre gave you what kind of gun?
I don't even remember. That's why I don't even know, because I don't even play with guns like that.
Okay, well, here's the problem.
He clocked it already. They told me it's already ready.
Well, let me ask you this then. What kind of gun did Creek have?
I don't know. That same type of gun right there.
Was it a Glock?
I don't know. I don't even.
You don't fuck with guns like that?
No, I don't, bro. Like,
all right, well, let me ask you.
I ever got caught with when I was a juvenile, bro, was a revolver.
But that's how you got in this most recent charge.
Yeah, I know.
So it is what it is. But we know that you're not a violent guy, man. But these guys shot at you first, right?
Of course.
Now Dre comes back, he pulls around, gives you a gun. You let off. How many shots did you say you let off?
I don't even know.
He emptied the clip.
One of damn whole clip, like he said.
Okay.
The whole clip.
Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? If you had an estimate.
Like 4, like 4.
Hell nah. He emptied the clip. That ain't no 4 shots. He just don't feel comfortable telling the detective, yeah, I shot at that nigga 14 times. If he was on Instagram Live, he would have told all of us that he shot that nigga 16 times. Or he emptied the clip, y'all. He can't fool us.
8 words. After 5 months of investigation, after a second dead 16-year-old, the case turns on 8 words from a man who just watched his friends roll on him on a laptop.
That shit was like a self-defense situation, bro.
Okay. So who were you aiming at when you shot down the street?
Tyrell.
Okay.
Did you see him? He was in a coma, I guess. I ain't seen nobody. See nobody at all, and I ain't even see Noah when I first rode by. Like, come on, bro. I ain't see. All I see was Tyrell, Kamar, and a couple groups of other girls in the car parked right there on the side. I ain't even see Noah out there.
Well, they had a plan that night to throw you under the bus. That was the plan. And if they didn't include you in the plan, if they didn't say, yo, if the police talk to you, this is what you're going to say. If they didn't do that, then they had that conversation in private. Right. And their whole sole goal was to make sure that you were the only one to go down for this.
He told me that night when we went to his house that he was going to give somebody around the corner with a gun.
Okay. Both of them? Or just the one?
Both of them.
So Dre gave up his gun that night?
Yes, that was Dre gun. Before we got the brother, I had just woke up, bro. That's why I let Dre even drive into it, because I was sleeping in the goddamn backseat in the parking lot to the Creek house.
But there's something Patterson didn't say in this interrogation room. Something the state wouldn't put on the record until his sentencing 3 years later. The 16-year-old he just put in the ground was the boy Patterson considered his best friend. 3 years passed before any of this saw a courtroom. The detectives served 40 warrants, logged 2,500 hours, and by the time the cases finally went to trial,
bro, niggas be posting this type of stuff on
passed
social media,
before
bro.
any of this saw a courtroom. The detective,
Bro, you cannot post stuff like this online and then be confused when this man comes and picks you up. Bro, look at this shit. Is he holding 2 guns? With the safety foot and a dicky suit? Oh, hell no, nigga. Hell no, nigga. I'm getting the fuck on, bro. Hell no, I know he killed people. I don't care what nobody say.
served 40 warrants, logged 2,500 hours, and by the time the cases finally went to trial, the 4 men who'd been in or around that black Kia had each made a different choice. Devondre Williams pleaded out 2 counts of second-degree murder, 1 for killing Noah Smith, 1 for killing Camarion Hall, 55 years. Terrell Sampson, the one who'd fired the first 2 shots from the corner, pleaded out 12 years.
So this guy, Terrell Sampson's got the least amount of time. He was the one who was on the side with Noah, right? He was the guy who was shooting back and started the whole shootout. That's why he got the least amount of time, probably.
Stephen Monroe was offered the deal of a lifetime, 5 years. Terrell Sampson, the one who'd fired the first 2 shots from the corner, pleaded out 12 years. Stephen Monroe was offered the deal of a lifetime, 25 to 50 years. He turned it down, took it to a jury, and on February 14th, 2025, the jury convicted him of first-degree murder, mandatory life without parole. Tyrese Patterson, the man whose 9mm pistol fired the bullet that actually killed Noah Smith, saw what happened to Monroe at trial and took the plea. Second-degree murder, 30 years. On the day of his sentencing, his attorney asked him why he'd done that Instagram live video with Monroe 2 days before his best friend died. Patterson said it was about, quote, being young and don't know better, trying to look cool in front of friends, trying not to be an oddball.
Just young and dumb out here. Bro, they cooked Steven. He gonna take it to trial. They gave his ass life. His homie who was the driver who actually smoked 2 people got 50 years. He pled out. At least he gonna get free in his 50 shit. Man, I fell down to my knees when the law came. This one of them type of videos I would have changed my life, goddammit. Hell no. Spinning ops gets you 50 years in prison. What should I name this? Should I name this video that? Spinning ops may make you kill your best friend and then spend life in prison. Fighting over females gets 3 teens to never see a female again in their life. No, this is dumb as hell. Too savage for this lifetime. You going up the road. I'm MasoMoney. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and watch another video. I'll see y'all in the next one. Ski.